Feeling pretty excited today, so I thought I'd kick off Tuesday Blues number 402 with a fun little jam. If you're wondering why I'm excited, it's because of this thing. PRS just sent me their brand new DGT SE model. Thank you so much, PRS. This thing really blows me away, especially for something in their SE line, and the finish is just fantastic, and it feels really good to have humbuckers back in my life. I can tell you more about this guitar in another video if you like, but right now we got to get something right out in the open. Sometimes guitar players get lost on the fretboard. Probably not you, but other guitar players, right? And when that happens, those other guitar players, they tend to play it safe and not venture out of our comfort zones. There I go again, their comfort zones, and really go for it. The way to combat this is to break out of the comfort zone deliberately and start practicing familiar things in new ways. Let's take the chord progression from the intro jam as an example. This chord progression is in the key of D, and the chords we're using are the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the minor 6 chord, and the 4 chord, which ultimately amounts to one of the most common chord progressions on the planet. 1, 5, 6, 4. Now, we can expand our confidence on the fretboard not by playing this progression in the open position, but let's instead try playing these chords as triads, way up the neck. Triads are just 3-note voicings of a given chord, so we'll need a root, third, and a fifth to build these mighty little chords, and you can pick up my free fretboard toolkit for more on how to build these chords and map them out on the fretboard. But for now, let's just choose these voicings. I chose these voicings deliberately. They sit very close to each other on the neck, and they sound really nice when you move from one to another. And that's important to this exercise. We want to find voicings of each chord that are really close on the fretboard to each other. And we're going to limit ourselves to just the top 3 strings. Now, after you have these under your fingers, spend just a couple of minutes just strumming through these triads, and you're going to notice the harmonic movement at play here. You'll notice things like the fact that the B minor is really just 1 note away from the G. All right, time for the next step. Move down the fretboard and repeat the process, but this time start with your 1 chord lower on the neck, and then do it again until you've covered the entire fretboard down in this direction, just sticking with the first 3 strings. You're going to get something like this. This will help you tremendously when it comes to improving your knowledge of the fretboard. We're not done yet, but let's pause here because if you're wondering if this can help your lead playing too, it can. Let's take a look at the notes of these 4 chords that we're focusing on. Those chords contain all 7 notes from the D major scale, the key that we're playing in. And in fact, you could say that of just the 1, 4, and 5 chords. You're going to get all 7 notes from those chords. So you're practicing your chords, but you're also getting a pretty good idea of where the notes of the parent scale are located. Pretty cool, right? But let's take this idea even further. We can keep going by changing the string set and repeating the process. In fact, premium members are going to do that in the extended cut. This will help you gain confidence on the fretboard for both your rhythm and your lead playing, so you can venture out of the open position chords and not cling so tightly to just a few reliable scale patterns. You can get a lot out of this exercise by really listening to the music that you're making, just working through the exercise without really having that much triad knowledge even. But you'll get the most out of this by changing the key and repeating the process. It's going to help big time if you know how triads are built and how to play them in all keys virtually everywhere on the fretboard, which you can learn how to do by watching this video next.